Hello guys, welcome to another video on Hypixel Skyblock. It's FurballTheHammy here, and today I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about the tier list as well as the armor sets in Hypixel Skyblock. So first and foremost, thank you for all of you guys for helping me reach 25 subscribers, and hence I am actually really happy that you guys love me and support me for the content that I make. And thus with that, I am announcing a huge addition to my YouTube channel, also known as a Discord server. I have made a Discord server for you guys to come on and to chill and talk with me, or to possibly even give recommendations for my future videos as well as improvements. I will be glad to hear all of these comments. Thank you for all of you guys who have liked and commented suggestions in my previous videos. However, not only just that, my Discord server would be giving away weekly giveaways of 100,000 coins. Every week, during the weekends on Saturday and Sunday, I will be giving away 100,000 coins in Hypixel Skyblock coins to 2 lucky winners every single week on my Discord channel. And furthermore, whenever we hit any large milestones on my YouTube subscriber base or even Discord members, I will be hosting all of these giveaways on my Discord channel. So feel free to join the Discord channel, with the link being in the description down below. And with that, let us get started on this massive tier list that I have created. However, today will be mainly focused on the armor sets, since unless you guys want a 1-hour Hypixel Skyblock video, which genuinely I don't think anyone wants. So basically, today we will be focusing on just mainly the armor sets. And possibly next week, or possibly in the early few days of January, I will be releasing another video for the tier list related to weapons for swords and bows, both included. And with that, let's get on to the video. Hello guys, so basically today I will be talking about the ultimate tier list for Hypixel Skyblock, and first and foremost, we need to present what are the aspects in which I will be judging these armors based on. First and foremost, I have come up with a scoring calculation system which uses a point system to be measured upon 3 important aspects. Firstly, power. Power is pretty simple. It is to measure the power of an item in their base stats without any enchants. This will be scored upon 15. Secondly, for value. Value will be to measure the cost of an item in relation to its power, and this will be rated upon 15. Thirdly, versatility. Versatility would be to measure the amount of uses an item has and whether is it rigid in its use. So let's take Angler Armor for an example. As you know, Angler Armor is a great early game set. However, Angler Armor is also essential for the player when they are fishing, as Angler Armor allows you to fish up even more fish as well as to reduce the damage when you fish up a sea creature. So hence, Angler Armor would have a higher versatility, whereas items like Perfect Armor, whereby it can easily swap these armor pieces from one armor set to another without weakening the armor set itself, would genuinely have higher versatility. Examples of this would be Perfect 12, as well as the Zombie Hearts, Crystallized Hearts, as well as the Revived Hearts. And so, moving on to the next, to the tiers of weapons and armors. So here comes the tier list. Firstly, S tier. S tier would be items who have scored 34 or more points on the measurement point system. These items would be very useful in the game for most players and would be good value crafts. S tier items generally refer to the items which are the cream of the crop of the meta and are generally used by the majority of players. Moving on down a peg will be A tier. A tier will be items who scored 30 to 34 points. Items in this category are great crafts, but may be slightly overshadowed by S tier items, but still pretty good in general. So, what does A tier items refer to? A tier items refer to endgame items which are generally just very good, but due to the meta shifting and not actually supporting these items, these good items in the endgame are not favored by the meta. But eventually, during a meta shift, during a balance change, or even during the addition of new content, A tier items can easily rise up to S tier, as well as S tier items can easily drop down to A tiers after a balance change or possibly even new content to be added. So yeah, A tier items are still good to craft in preparation for dungeons and etc. And generally, they're just great endgame items. Moving on, B tier. B tier will be items who score between 25 to 29 points. Items in this category either are only good in certain scenarios or should be upgraded soon, although considerable to craft. So thus, the majority of items in B tier will be items which are for mid-game purposes, and then they help you breeze through mid-game a lot easier. However, items which are in the B tier will score on the higher end of 28 to 29 points can still be used for endgame, but they are somewhat lacking in power. Like, generally, they can still clear 90% of all of the endgame content, but if, let's say, dungeons come out, you may be falling behind everyone who are using A and S tier items. So yeah, you might want to upgrade, but if not, it's still fine. B tier is still relatively decent. Down one more tier will be C tier. C tier will be items between 20 to 24 points. Items in this category are heavily overshadowed by many items and just aren't worth crafting or should be just upgraded. So basically, C tier items are for players who just started the game, and C tier items are not necessarily bad because they are all genuinely very, very cheap, and then they provide a decent amount of power for early game use. So if you just started and you are watching my video, try crafting the items in C tier first before going up the tiers. And one more tier down will be a D tier. D tier items that scored 19 and below. These items should not be touched at all. However, I have to mention that those items that scored relatively high in the D tier, around 15 and above, can still be considered to craft for very early game players. But other than that, it's rather garbage and is not useful outside of being a collector's item. And with that, let's move on to some items that I will not include in the tier list. Mob heads like creeper head, skeleton head, zombie head, magma cube head, and much more are not included and are automatically in the D tier unless specifically said and they actually made it into the tier list. So basically, unless you guys want a 1 hour video about me flaming this garbage heads, I don't think anyone wants that. So hence I have just pushed all of these heads aside because the majority of them are genuinely quite bad. And secondly, the miner's outfit I will not be including here because it just has a very niche use for mining cobblestone. If I were to rank it, it would end up being D tier, and I think that would be a disservice to it because miner's outfit is genuinely good for mining cobblestone and to get your super compactor 3000s. So if I were to put it in the D tier, it would be just a disservice. So I just didn't choose to rank it. But other than that, everything else is ranked. So and with that, let's get started. So today I will be using these base stats to come up with the statistics that I have produced for all of these armor sets. I will have a base health of 676, defense of 86, speed of 110%, crit chance of 94%, crit damage of 254%, and then yes, moving on, the terminology. For example, diamond armor, if I were to rank it with 6 points upon 40, it will have 6 bracket 1/4/2. 6 will refer to the total score, 1 will refer to the power, 4 will refer to the value, and 2 will refer to the versatility. And with that out of the way, let's get started. First and foremost, this is the D tier. It is home to garbage armor. And first, leaflet armor, fairy armor, mushroom armor, pumpkin armor, miner armor, cactus armor, squid boots, magma armor, farm suit, and farm armor all take the honor of being in this tier. Firstly, leaflet armor gets the lowest at 8 points, 171. Because number one, it has the lowest EHP, it is easy to craft, but that's all it has going for it. And its set bonus, absolute garbage. Fairy armor, 1653 EHP. Plus 50% speed. Now, I am giving you the benefit of the doubt that you have collected every single fairy soul. So basically, 1653 EHP is the total amount of EHP you would have if you collected every single fairy soul. But as a new player, you most likely wouldn't have it. So yeah, most of the time it's just bad. And then even if all fairy souls, 1653 is still not worth the effort. Honestly, the only thing that fairy armor has going for it is that it is decent farming gear if you just start, because speed is good for farming. But other than that, it is the most costly armor here outside of the farm suit. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend getting it. Mushroom armor coming in with 10 points, 370. Reason behind that is because it has very bad EHP in the day, better than leaflet armor, but still very bad EHP in the day. It has a lot of stats at night, but that's all it has going for it. The reason why it has 0 for versatility is mainly because the set bonus is good, You do not want a single mushroom armor on yourself because its base stats are so bad. Moving on. Pumpkin armor. It's just bad. It's not that good. Honestly, you are better off getting lapis armor. Same goes with minor armor. Lapis armor just does the job better. Cactus armor, same problem. However, there's one thing I have to say about cactus armor. Cactus armor has a decent ability which rebounds 33% of the damage back to the enemy. But you can't rebound damage if you only have 1784 EHP. You will be dying first before you can rebound. So yeah, kind of garbage set bonus wise as well. Squid boots, just not that good. It is quite hard to fish for it because you have to use dark bait and pray you get it, and then you need to kill the dark squid in order to get a chance of getting squid boots, and even then it's just not that good. Okay, magma armor surprisingly is here. It's just not worth it. It is very expensive to craft. It has decent power, but it's just not very good. It has decent power, but a lot of the armor with similar EHP and mana to the magma armor costs way cheaper. I don't know why you want to craft magma armor, in fact. I mean, it's fine if you crafted it back in the days when emerald armor was the best, but it's just not that good now. Farm suit with 14.5, 734.5. So basically, farm suit is the more expensive farm armor. It has a lot of EHP, but you only unlock it at wheat 11. Wheat 11. And at that point in time, you are better off selling all the wheat to buy yourself ender armor. Why do you want to craft the farm suit? It's garbage. The set bonus is garbage. There's no point. Farm armor getting 16 points, in the highest D tier getting 484. It is quite good actually. Farm armor can be crafted if you are in the early game and then you are farming wheat. Sure, it's quite decent. But other than that, only farm armor here I would recommend to craft early game. The rest, garbage. Moving on, C tier items. C tier items between 20 to 24 points. First and foremost, lapis armor. Lapis armor has quite a bit of EHP, scoring 20 points at 510.5. It is by far the cheapest armor you can get right here and does give you a lot of value. Lapis armor also allows you to get a lot of EXP really quickly due to each lapis armor piece giving you plus 50% EXP gain. So yeah, it's quite decent. You should consider getting it, and it's bloody cheap. Ember armor, it is a very good set. You can consider buying it. It literally costs 2,400 coins. You can get that by punching wheat. It costs around 2,400 to 3,000 coins. You can get that by just punching wheat for a few hours. Yeah, it's kind of worth it, I guess. It's decent for early game. Crystal armor. Okay, crystal armor is something that I wouldn't recommend you to get. The only reason why I say that you might want to get it is because of the Romero quest. But as a base stats, it's still fine to be used for early game, but I don't know how you're gonna get crystal armor early on. But it's still relatively cheap lah. But I don't know why you want to get this very weird armor set that's just not for combat. Golem armor coming in not very high, 785. Even with the buff to golem armor, it's still just not as good as hardened diamond. It costs 10 times the materials, and it's not even 2 times better. Look at the EHP. All this is 400 more EHP as compared to hardened. It's just not that good. And honestly, the set bonus, yeah, sure, it's nice, but are you really going to drop 10 times the materials just to get something that's slightly better? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Mob Hunter armor coming in 20 points as well, 983. It used to be very good, but with the release of Dragon armor, Mob Hunter armor is just very expensive to craft, and it's just lacking in general as compared to the other sets. Now, Angler armor is the one that I would recommend for you to get as well, along with Lapis armor, getting 20 points as well, 510.5. Reason why you want Angler armor is because, okay, I know Angler armor only gives you a base stats of 100 defense, and as you can see here, it's actually pretty bad EHP wise. However, Angler armor grants you plus 10 HP for every fishing level you have. And if you just started, I would highly recommend for you to get every single stat up to at least level 10. Reason being, every single stat up to level 10 is relatively easy to get, and every time you level up, you get extra stats. And Angler armor not only gives you extra stats from fishing, its set bonus also gives you 10 extra health for every fishing level you have. So that means not only will you gain extra EHP from leveling up your fishing, Angler armor will also give you extra HP. So that means at fishing 10, you will be looking at an additional 100 HP, which means that it is actually very, very good EHP wise. It can beat Lapis Armor and EHP. And furthermore, Angler Armor is just 24 fish. It's very cheap. I'm not even joking. So yeah, moving on, Sponge Armor. Sponge Armor, even with the buff, is still very lacking. At 5110 EHP in water, even at your best, you can't even compete with Dragon Armor, and you cost so much to craft. I don't see the purpose of even using you. So yeah, if I could put Sponge Armor in D tier, I would. But the only reason why it's here is because Hypixel has confirmed that there will be a new update for like a water type of area. But even then, with these stats, I don't think it will even shine in the water area. Moving on, Spider Hat, 21.697. So this is the first hat to have appeared here, and it's one of the only few hats who has appeared here. The reason why the Spider Hat is here is because it's very good for fighting the Tarantula Broodfather. But that's it. But it's quite good. All it costs is 8 Spider Eyes, and it gives you plus 25% crit chance. You may consider running it for like even if you're early game and then you aren't even fighting spiders. Spider Hat is still quite good for 25% crit chance, because early game you probably don't have much crit chance anyways. Blaze Armor, absolute garbage. 4000 EHP for 24 enchanted Blaze Rods. You require as many Blaze Rods as Emerald to craft the Blaze Armor, and it has almost half the EHP of Emerald Armor. And at the cost of what? 40 strength. Sorry, it's just garbage in my opinion. Guardian's Chestplate, Spider Boots, all these are just average items which cost a bit too much, but their power level is still relatively fine for early game, but they cost quite a bit to get. So I wouldn't recommend these two. And these two are the same reason as to why Mob Hunter Armor is low, because it just isn't that good. Moving on, Hardened Diamond, a must craft. It's very good. It scores 22 points because it is a lot better than a lot of these other armor sets. Reason being, it's the easiest to craft out of everything here outside of Angler Armor and Lapis Armor and Ember Armor. Hardened Diamond is like the 4th cheapest item here to craft, and it does give you literally almost the highest EHP here. It tells you how good Hardened Diamond is. So consider crafting Hardened Diamond, Angler Armor, Lapis Armor, Ember Armor. The rest are not very good. Creeper Pants gets 22.5. It's not bad, but the reason why it's here is because number 1, it hasn't received an upgrade. Number 2, the meta isn't tough enough to the fact that you are going to die and you are going to go below 20% HP regularly to trigger its ability. However, its ability is decent, but it's just not suited for the meta at all, because literally the meta is all about doing damage, not you dying. The mob's just unstrong enough. And Zombie Armor is here because number 1, it costs too much. Number 2, it's just garbage. At 3306 EHP, although it is a 3-piece set, you require literally almost 10 zombie hearts just to craft this. 10 zombie hearts. That's almost 40 stacks of enchanted rotten flesh. Why do you want to do this to yourself? It's not even that good. So yeah, with all of these are the C tier items. The items here I would recommend are Lapis Armor, Ember Armor, Angler Armor, Hardened Diamond. Moving on to B tier. Finally, stuff gets interesting. Skeleton's Helmet, getting 24.5 points, scraping barely into the B tier, having 7.5, 9, and 8. The reason why it is here is because number 1, you are able to take an infinite amount of damage 3 times without dying. I believe that because I rank B tier items as items that have very niche use, items which are, in my opinion, decent, but are just not supported by the meta, belong here. And I believe Skeleton's Helmet will be very useful in dungeons whereby bosses have one-hit KO attacks at certain health. Like for example, at 50% health, the boss will do a massive area damage attack that will instantly destroy everyone by making them lose 50% of their health without any defense protection. It just bypasses everything. So I feel like items like Skeleton Helmet and Spirit Mask will all exist in the A tier eventually if dungeons come out with this kind of bosses which do massive damage. So yeah, this is why I believe that the Skeleton's Helmet belongs here, but it doesn't get higher than 24.5 because its base stats are lacking and it's just a rare item. It has no good reforgers, it just has 75 defense. I can't really justify putting it even higher. Moving on, the Monster Raider set. The Monster Raider set is the same as the earlier set of the Mob Hunter armor, but instead of using the spider boots, you use the tarantula boots. Yeah, the Monster Raider set is actually quite decent, but once again, it just costs too much to craft the skeleton helmet, the creeper pants, as well as the Guardian's chestplate. It just costs too much, and yeah, it's a fine set to use, but it's just a bit too expensive in my opinion. So yeah, Water Hydra mask. It used to be good with the release of fishing, but after that, it just got heavily outclassed. And it's quite expensive to get still. I don't really see a purpose to get it at all. Pack armor. It's decent. If let's say future dungeons have bosses that are against animals, 20 true defense is actually very strong against animals. And 9000 EHP against specifically animals is quite good. And let's not forget that the extra defense and extra strength you get whenever you are with players who are wearing the pack armor. So I can see the pack armor being played in dungeons, but right now, most of the content can be done by solo players, so I don't see a purpose of pack armor also. But in the future, I might see a purpose. So I say it's niche, and thus it belongs in B tier. Emerald armor, it just costs too much. The power level is fine, but it just costs way too much as compared to the other sets. And that's all I have to say. It just belongs here. It's fine. Spirit mask, once again, same with the skeleton's helmet. At the moment, the meta doesn't support it, but I think it's a decent item. And in the future, if bosses have one hit KO attacks or massive attacks that can bypass defense, I think the spirit mask and the skeleton's helmet can allow you to escape death, which I think is actually very, very powerful. So yeah, I rank it as B because it's heavily niched. Revenant armor. Okay, let me tell you why Revenant armor is the only Slayer set in B tier. Because number one, you can fight Revenants without Revenant armor. I don't care if you have 14,800 EHP, if I can literally kill a Revenant with strong dragon armor or superior dragon armor. I just don't see a point for your existence. And outside of that, Revenant armor on the general surface world level against normal mobs for 3615 EHP, it's just not that good. And honestly, it costs even more to make than zombie armor in my opinion, because Viscera is quite hard to get, especially for mid-game and early game players. It's just not worth crafting the Revenant armor. Speedster armor, 10-10-6 coming in 26 points. It's fine. It's the same problem as Emerald armor. It just doesn't give enough for how much it costs. Frozen Blaze armor, same problem. With the upgrade, it's more tolerable now. But at 4569 EHP, it's just not that good. And I do have to admit that although Frozen Blaze armor has base 120 strength, which is higher than Strong Dragon armor, but it's still an epic set. It doesn't have as good reforgers as legendary items. And that 120 strength is a waste, because if you had 120 strength on legendary armor, I think Frozen Blaze armor would have made it into A tier as like the highest glass cannon of damage. But right now, because it's epic, it's just lacking. It needs a bit more to go to A tier. But if not, I think it needs a buff, just a rarity buff. And I think that will give it a much larger push than I think Blaze armor will need. Zombie Heart, 10-10-7, 27 points. It's just a very good all-around item, but the reason why it's holding back is because it's overshadowed by the other hearts. Simple as that. Once you get this, you might want to upgrade it soon. Ender armor. Yes, the only armor set that I would ever recommend right now is Ender armor in the B tier. You want to buy this. Right now it's still relatively cheap. It has very good stats in the end. I mean, I know 4502 EHP in the end isn't very good, but think about it. With growth, your enchant's effectiveness is doubled. With your reforges, the reforges are doubled. This makes Ender armor very good. Moving on, Obsidian chestplate. It's good. It has a niche use. Obsidian chestplate is now being used more and more often with the nerf to the rogue sword, and people are using Obsidian chestplate's abilities more and more often to its full potential. So with the shift of the meta, I think the Obsidian chestplate deserves this spot, but it doesn't go much higher because number one, it's not in the meta, its stats just aren't amazing, and it's an epic item. And lastly, the first dragon armor to be seen here is old dragon armor. The reason why old dragon armor is here is because old dragon armor, even with the set bonus of buffing, protection, growth, true protection, feather falling, and sugar rush, it still has lower EHP than protector. I don't see a point for your existence, and you are overshadowed by protector in overall EHP. I wouldn't suggest you to get it. Protector dragon with the buff is still slightly better than old dragon armor. Sorry about that, you're in the B tier. Now, finally, we are moving on to actually good items. A tier. First and foremost, barely making it in, Mastiff Armor, 29.5. Reason why the Mastiff Armor is here is mainly because, number one, it has the highest EHP in the game. It protects you from wolves really well. It helps you solo Savant Packmaster really easily. But the big drawback is, number one, it just costs so much to craft. You require gross armor to craft. You require 24 stacks of enchanted dark oak wood to even use this set. It's so expensive as compared to all the Slayer items. And with that, it starts lacking. But that being said, it still belongs here because it has a very good use against wolves. And if you require a more tankier armor set than Perfect 12, or let's say you're searching for a budget tank set, Mastiff Armor does the job well. Also, you are going to do a lot less damage for that EHP that you really want. Protector Dragon Armor coming in barely, also 29.5. Reason why he's here is because, number one, it gives you high EHP with the set bonus, which grants you +1, which essentially multiplies your defense by 2 every single time your EHP goes down. So basically, if you lose 10% of your HP, you gain 10% extra defense. Protector Dragon is better than Old Dragon on the overall of EHP. So yeah, Protector Dragon in my opinion is actually very good right now. I mean, it's not very good, but it is Mastiff Armor but with less EHP, but you can do more damage. So yeah, fair enough. Reaper Mask, 30 points. The reason why Reaper Mask is so low and even lower than Crystallized Heart and Revived Heart is because, number one, it just costs way too much. I am not going to pay 2 stacks of Viscera to upgrade my Revived Heart by just 25 defense. And that's all I have to say. It just costs too much. Its strength is good, but it costs too much. Diver's Armor. Okay, Diver's Armor has more EHP than the other generic Dragon Armor like Wise, Unstable, and Young. But that's all it has. Nothing else. It has Legendary Reforgers now. And that's it. The set bonus is not wonderful, but I can see it being used in the future. So yeah, it just belongs here for now with all the Dragon Armor. On the bright side, before the buff, Diver's Armor was B, but with the huge buff, it's actually now A. So congratulations for climbing a tier. Wise Dragon Armor. With the nerf to Wise Dragon Armor, it's still quite good though. At plus 350 mana, it's still quite decent. So yeah, that's why I put it up here. But back in the days, it was closer to S tier. Now it's in the lower A tier, but it's still fine. You can buy it, and now the prices for Wise Armor is quite cheap. So yeah, consider buying it if you want if you want mana to fly, I guess. Unstable Dragon Armor, it's not bad. Reason being, it helps you get a lot of damage for a cheap cost. It doesn't cost a lot, and it helps you get extra damage. And it does a good amount of damage. Granted, it does less than Tarantula and Strong and Superior, but I mean, it costs less than 5 million coins. What do you expect? I think it's fine for damage armor that's budgeted. So yeah, you can buy it if you like damage. Young Dragon Armor. The reason why I rank Young Dragon Armor a lot higher than all the other Dragon Armor at 31 points is because it's good at farming. Like right now, Young Dragon Armor is really good at farming because its speed just got a massive buff to base 150% with the set bonus. And that's like very good while farming. Yeah, and that's all I have to say. The buff just put it on a slightly higher pedestal. Crystallized Heart and Revived Heart coming in next to next, back to back, 32 and 33 points. Crystallized Heart because the upgrade from a Zombie Heart, just 4 stacks of Enchanted Diamonds, you get 10 extra defense, 50 extra mana. What's there to complain? I think it's good, and it doubles your healing. It's all wonderful. Revived Heart. for spending 8 extra normal zombie hearts to surround a crystallized heart, you get an extra 100, you get an extra 50 HP, 20, you get, okay, by just surrounding your crystallized heart with 8 normal zombie hearts, you get a boost in 50 HP, extra 15 defense, as well as extra 50 intelligence, as well as a rarity upgrade from rare to epic. And that's why the revived heart is up here. Yes, it is quite costly, but its power level is very high for its relatively moderate cost. And also, the revived heart works very well with any armor set. You can just put it on a perfect 12 set and it will work. You want to tank more with superior, put the revived heart on the helmet of superior. It works. It helps you tank, literally. And with that, we are done with the A tier items. Moving on to S tier. By the way, there are only 4 items in S tier, so don't be disappointed if your armor set didn't make it. Coming in with the top 4, first and foremost, Tarantula armor. Okay, I know this caused a lot of controversy, but Tarantula armor is one of the top 5 in damage for dragons, and also outside of that, Tarantula helmet is very good. Tarantula boots is also very good. The reason why the helmet is good is because when paired with strong dragon armor, it does the most damage in the game. Literally behind elegant tuxedo, which costs 80 million coins. Whereas strong dragon armor with just a tarantula helmet will cost you less than 8 million coins. It costs 8 times cheaper and is the second best in damage. So yeah, it's S tier. And also, tarantula armor is really cheap for how strong it is, and how versatile it is. And also, tarantula armor is also good in dragon fights, and also tarantula armor is very good in dragon fights, despite tarantula armor only being able to be like the top 5 in damage overall. But think about it, because of the tarantula armor ability to double jump, it allows you to melee the dragon, which effectively allows you to get the most damage. So yeah, it's still very good. With the helmet or without the helmet, it's still a very wonderful set that is cheap for very high power. And yes, next, strong dragon armor coming in at 35 points. It has a lot of EHP, it has a lot of strength, doesn't cost more than 7 million coins. High value, high power, what's there not to complain? It's funny how the higher I go, the less I have to complain and talk about it. So yeah, it is tied with tarantula armor for its ranking. Next, perfect 12, coming in second at 35.5 points. Now, I know what you're saying. Perfect 12 is garbage. It doesn't have any use in the meta. I know that. But you know before they released Perfect 12, Perfect X was actually ranked A. Yeah, the reason why I gave Perfect 12 the S tier that it deserves is because with the extra defense it got, it's now able to differentiate itself from superior dragon armor significantly. It has almost a 2000 EHP difference. It's effectively 20% more tankier than superior. And yeah, that is why I think Perfect 12 now deserves this spot, because you are getting 20% extra EHP, and then you are sacrificing damage. I think that's fine. But the problem with Perfect 12 is that it just costs way too much. But it is very versatile. You can put any Perfect 12 set on any single set without a very strong set bonus that is reliant on it. Any Perfect 12 piece will instantly boost the defense of any armor set you want to run by a lot. So yeah, it has a high versatility because it doesn't have a set bonus and its base stats are not reliant on a set bonus. And first is superior dragon armor. Reason being because it just has good EHP, good strength, good crit damage, good crit chance, good speed, decent mana. It is by far considered as the best in the game right now. It costs quite a bit, but still cheaper than Perfect 12 in general, because one enchanted diamond block is 204,800 coins. However, superior dragon armor falls in a bit because of its versatility, because its set bonus is actually very good. 5% stats in every single thing is actually very important, and it is what makes superior dragon armor stand out from the rest even more. So yeah, that is why the versatility is a bit lacking. And with that, thank you for watching my video. I know this video is relatively long and like I sound kind of tired too, and honestly, I have been working on this project for a while, and like I've been gathering these stats for a long time, and like it took me a long time to rank these stats. So yeah, I kind of hope you appreciate it. And then if I had to say, if there is something you want for early game, lapis armor, ember armor, angler armor, hardened diamond. Those things are the things you want to get for early game. In B tier, the things you want to get is ender armor, obsidian chestplate, and that's it. Those are for mid-game choices. That's it. Old dragon armor is viable if you want a mid-game choice, but that's it. In A tier, you want mastiff armor, you want either wise, protector, unstable, or young, and you can choose between a crystallized heart or a revived heart. But other than that, do not get reaper mask or diver armor. They are bad. They just cost way too much. So unless you have money lying around, don't buy those two items. In S tier, every single item is good. Although there's one thing I wouldn't recommend for you to get is Perfect 12. So unless you are sure that you just want defense and you have nothing else to do with the game, buy Perfect 12. But if you have just finished A tier and you have like 30 million coins with like unstable dragon armor, you should buy Superior first, or Strong, or Tarantula. Don't make Perfect 12 your first S tier, please. Don't make that same mistake I did. So yeah, because people will actually laugh at you, because it's kind of stupid now, honestly. Because right now the meta is wrong damage. The only reason why Perfect 12 gets a bit high on my tier list as S is because I just love it for its EHP. There is a bit of personal bias, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend Perfect 12 first. Something here first, and something else instead here first, before getting Perfect 12. And with that, thank you for watching my video, and I really hope you appreciate the effort I put in, and please join the Discord server in the description below. And with that, FurballTheHammy signing out. Thank you for all your support, guys. Bye bye.